The most important media outlet in the country right now.
Welcome to The Watering Hole. This is episode 106.
Yep.
Wait,
Hello.
Only two of us in the room.
When you did the intro there and Whitey does a little, head tilt.
Yeah, I try to catch it with my head.
Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
Dad.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Big Daddy Chris.
How did it all go?
It all went well. For everyone listening, those that know, had a little baby girl last week, so...
Yes.
Beautiful.
Welcome to the world.
Officially 3 dads on the podcast.
Yeah.
3 dads.
Dad pod.
Now we're
Should we just talk dad stuff now?
officially middle-aged.
Yeah. Deep into middle age.
Should we talk, what? Just want to talk babies?
Okay.
This new baby podcast? No?
What should we...
Golf dads?
Yeah.
Golf dads?
I don't much like being away from the studio, though.
No. Although
This is-
it's a little less warm in here, your body tends
Yeah,
to
you-
emit a lot of heat, you know?
It does really warm up. You're a natural heater.
Yeah, the big
Natural
bears not in the
gas.
studio.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to the podcast predominantly about LIV Golf.
Yes.
We got hot cracks.
Yeah.
We got 3 gentlemen in here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not in here tonight, but that's usually what the podcast is about. Bit of golf, bit of LIV.
Usually. Yeah.
But we always start by thanking Peter Malinowskis, the Premier,
The one and only.
the one and only. Do you see Katy Perry was in Adelaide doing a couple of concerts, and she said she came to Adelaide because Peter Malinowskis got her here, asked her.
Peter just knows
He
everyone.
knows how to do it. Knows
He
how to
knows
get
Katy Perry, knows me, knows everyone.
I think a lot of women come to Adelaide because Peter Malinowskis is here.
There you go. I love it.
Close your legs, Chris.
I
Jesus.
I can smell your breath from here. On that note, let's start this one with a bang, eh? So,
Yeah.
yes, Peter, thank you very much for the intro.
Yep.
Big Swing Golf, Mile End. Like we said, if you haven't been down to Big Swing Golf, Mile End, do so. Especially in the winter, you must.
Mm-hmm.
You must get in there and do some indoor sim golf. It's a very fun time.
It's a beautiful thing.
You could also do that washing down a couple of beverages.
Delicious.
And thank you again to our friends Pirate Life Brewing down at Port Adelaide. Pirate Life, the delicious beverage.
Oh.
They hooked us up with a bit of merchandise.
Yeah,
we're, all,
they did.
we're all dripped out in Pirate Life gear.
Speaking of which, Chris, I
Soaking wet.
do need to talk to you. I need to go swap some sizes. I don't know whether I've lost weight or I just overestimated how fat I was.
give me the fattest
But
size.
some of those T-shirts are a little large, so I'm going to have to make an exchange
Okay.
because I want to look real crisp as I can in this,
Steve's getting
in this
skinny.
stuff.
Skinny
Chris-
Steve.
As crisp as a nice South Coast lager.
Before we get to our Pirate Life hot cracks, so last episode, I want to challenge listeners to go back and see if they can hear a buzzing. Now, your boy was stressed out at work.
Oh,
He's got high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Speaking of middle age, I got high blood pressure. Last episode, I was hooked up to a 24/7 monitor of blood pressure,
Yeah.
and it was going off every 20 to 30 minutes.
I only noticed it once in the room.
And I was trying to stifle. So I do, go back, have a listen, see if you can hear the vibration
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the machine. But my blood pressure is high, and I'll tell you why. It's fucking golf.
That's right.
Golf is the reason. But we'll get to that in a second. Hot crack,
Yes.
tip of the crack, Whitey, it's yours.
My hot crack, tip of the crack, just goes to Big Daddy Chris over here. Welcoming the little one into the world.
That was easy.
It's a beautiful thing.
That was easy.
thanks, Whitey.
And a hot crack.
Hot crack.
Terrible. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you, Pirate Life.
So
It's a lovely beverage.
that's where I want to start. I always throw you guys off because I give you a plan and then I change it on the fly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with our golf.
Yeah, okay.
I've got high blood pressure, not because of work or because I've got a mortgage or family. High blood pressure is because of my golf.
Do you truly believe that?
Nah, it's just a talking. It's just
Okay.
a talking point. We're going to make it interesting.
Let's keep it real, you know.
Shut up.
Don't ruin my bit.
So
Go on.
I started. Now what's worse, having a good front nine and then a disastrous back nine, or the other way around?
I like to finish good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that about you.
Don't do it. Don't make the joke. So you like to turn it around. So you,
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Woo! Yeah, big. I usually do it the other way around. I play well to start and then
Jesus.
finish badly. But I prefer to, have a couple of shitty holes at the start and work my way into it and then finish with a bang.
Yes.
These jokes write themselves.
Blushing. Chris?
No, I like to finish strong.
Yeah.
Because you want to leave thinking you've done something good.
You want to leave with an impression.
Yeah.
God damn it.
See, that was the opposite. So I had what you guys are referring to then as the worst of the two scenarios.
Yeah.
Started well on the weekend.
Yeah.
Started real well. And I thought, oh, cool, I'm going to play to my handicap again. My handicap's going to come down. It's going to be a flagged round.
Yeah.
That is so depressing, though, when you're halfway through and you're like, cool, I'm on track to play to my handicap.
Yeah.
And then it just goes disastrous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I had 18 points on the front nine.
Yes.
I had, what did I have? 6. No. Yes, 6 on the back nine. Disastrous.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating to me how you can go, and golf is like this. You just go through these stages. Yeah, a few weeks ago I was hot.
Yeah, yeah. You're a hot ticket.
Now
I'm back to just
hot garbage.
Hot garbage. Just the hot trash.
Yeah. It's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Hence the blood pressure.
Yeah.
Through the roof.
But yeah, I definitely think starting well and finishing bad, because that's what you remember. It was the other way around. You started with 6 points on the front and then finished with 18 on the back. You'd be like,
I think either way you look at it and go, what if, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have a good 9 either way, you kind of look at it and go, oh, if I'd just done this, if I'd just done that.
Sure.
But, oh man, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's always the same holes at Wollonga as well. It's always from like hole 2 through to hole 7.
Is it the same miss left or right, or is it like short or long?
Those holes just give me nightmares.
Give you the willies.
Yeah. And bunkers.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'll hit one that'd be a perfect shot out of the bunker.
Yeah.
And then that par 3, when I left 3 of them in the bunker.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. I think I even said to Robbie, this might be a meltdown.
Oh, it's shocking.
Yeah, but everyone has them.
But Chris, Whitey on the weekend here, he had a great round.
Yeah, I shot 36 points.
It was a good round though.
Nice.
Yeah, I was happy with it. But the thing is, to your point, I started terribly. I think the first 4 holes I had a total of 4 points. I'm like, fuck, this is going to be bad. I think I made the joke to you, I'm on target for 18 points at the moment. But then it was just putting. I couldn't putt anything. And then it kind of turned it around. Driver felt great.
We'll fix that. We'll fix the putting.
Yeah. Well, turn it around. My long putts were terrible. Tap-in putts, terrible. My medium putts, I was sinking for some reason. But yeah, the driver was everything for me.
And this is, I don't want to say I told you so.
Go on.
But you, since you've got the new gear, since you got the new driver,
I'm a different man.
You're a different man.
Yeah, I'm hitting fairways.
Yeah, we've been telling him for how long?
Yeah, it's true. You just got to go and buy everything all brand new.
Yeah, well, money doesn't grow on trees.
I'm waiting for you to say that. That works for you two dickheads.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, it was a fun round. I enjoyed it.
It was good to watch, Whitey.
Thank you.
Good to see you getting some good pointage. Now, Chris, obviously going to be hard. How are you going to introduce, the little one in golf? Like, I've got to ask you this now. You've been there. You've had your first child. Right, and everyone can say how good that feeling is.
Oh, what
now, what's the better feeling, having a child or absolutely piping a drive center of the fairway? What's better?
Piping a drive down the center of the fairway doesn't happen a lot. I love my daughter.
Yeah, it's got to be the birth.
It's got to be the birth.
Although there is only one person who can answer this. What's better, the birth of your child or a hole in one?
Oh,
Well, funny you should say that. So the birth of my child, he's 1 in 2 days, and then my hole in one is 1 month and 2 days.
Oh,
So both of those dates are
a year and 1 month.
year and 1 month. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah,
I was going to say, did you get another one?
yeah, I'm red hot. No, the birth of my child was.
Come on.
It was.
Come on, man.
Well, I cried a lot more during the birth of my child, but the hole in one, I held the tears in.
You cried a lot in your hole in one, I reckon.
I was almost.
did you see? I forget where I saw it this week. There's some guy's got a tattoo of Tiger Woods. Was it the 18th at Augusta? He's got like a piece on his leg. Why? Surely you get. Is it 16 at Wollonga? Surely you get like the tee box looking to the flag tattooed on your leg.
And Sticky pouring a beer on your head.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Actually,
Maybe.
that would be a funny tattoo. When you were squatting down, you said, "Oh my god." After a 10 on the previous, like one of those little Batman speech bubbles, you know. Yeah, that'd be good. So, yeah, welcome to the Dad Club, Chris.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to try and navigate trying to play golf and raise a child.
The beauty is that I work completely from home, so I'm here a lot during the day. So it should
And
be,
that is a plus.
it should be easier for me to be able to sneak away for a few hours once a week to play golf, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
Now,
Surely.
now I've got some time off coming up.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of time off. You know, I'm going to be playing some golf.
Yeah.
I think I'm not going to go out there on the Wednesdays and play with the old guys. Just link up with like three random old guys. And
Yeah,
just
do it.
See what happens.
Just put your name in the hat.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play the Wednesday comps back to back.
Every time we've had a random play with us, it's been awesome.
Yeah,
So,
I haven't played well.
be
with
that
time
awesome
to
rando.
Have a random, but yeah, it's good fun. I'm enjoying the randoms because our group is a bit split at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, people are away or injured.
Injuries.
So a bit split, but you know,
Dad life.
The random, I don't mind it.
I don't mind it at all.
I'm enjoying
fun.
the new stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, there is another point I want to bring up later on, but it does sort of revolve around LIV Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So we had an event on the weekend.
Beautiful event.
Let's just go straight out and say congratulations to Patrick Reed.
P.
of the
Reed's
Four Aces.
finally got it done.
You know what? I knew he was on Bounce GC,
Yeah.
and I knew we are going to get to fantasy, and Chris is going to want to obviously talk about fantasy, but it was when we had a 4-man playoff.
Yeah.
So it was Oosthuizen, Kazuma,
Casey.
Paul Casey, and Pat Reed.
Yeah.
I was really rooting for Pat Reed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was cool to see Kazuma playing well, and hey, I tipped the Ironheads. They didn't get the win.
No.
But it was cool to see someone different. And to be honest, that I kind of feel like, and I've heard someone else say this. I can't remember where I heard this, so apologies for no credit where credit's due. But I feel like this was our being LIV, our Oakmont.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's super tough course.
Tough course. Yeah. A lot of high scores.
Everyone struggled at some stage.
Yeah.
And even that being like Pat Reed, he was like heading into the last day, was 4 or 5 shots clear.
Yeah.
After birding the first hole in the last day that evaporated.
Mm-hmm.
And he really had to sort of fight back and struggle and stay in it. And like he said, he just needed putts to fall, and then they were eventually starting to come back at the end of the round. But it was good to see different names.
Definitely. Yeah. And close. Like the leaderboard was going back and forth. Hatton was up there for a while. It was,
And
it was anyone's game on the last day.
And the beauty of it was that, they would lose a couple of, they would double a hole or whatever. So, they were dropping 2 shots, and then it would, swing on the pylon pretty quickly. The first event ever where John Rahm has finished outside the top 10. Now,
Crazy.
He finished 11th. He was just out, but it's still the first
Trading.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, only idiots would do that. But the first one is outside the top 10. I thought it was a wicked event. It was clear that the course was causing some frustration for some of the guys. your usual suspects in Tyrrell Hatton.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, I think he said that was. What did he say? It was about a par 4, a par 5, and he said it was the worst hole on the course or something. Like he said.
I did hear him say, "I have the worst fucking luck in golf," or something along those lines. I'm the most unlucky golfer of all time. Something like that.
Yeah, look, I mean, it was a good weekend. Of golf, and like I said, I think the plus side to it is that LIV has copped some criticism, being that it's always the same guys up there.
Yeah.
So it was good to see again a different winner. I think they said it was either the 21st or the 25th. I don't remember one of those numbers. Of the 21st or 25th individual winner.
Yeah.
Different winner. So this is the first
23rd.
23rd. Okay, I was wrong. So 23rd to 23rd winner, Pat Reed. But it's about
almost half the field.
But about time that he's gotten it done, and not not a knock against him, but it's just awesome to see because you can see that he was always close.
Yeah.
And the thing for me was that it's always been in the US events. I feel.
Yeah.
Like he played well. Was it in Houston last year when they played in Houston?
Yeah.
And then obviously now in Dallas, but this is his first win in Texas.
Oh, he said it meant a lot to him too to get the win in Texas.
Yeah.
You know, like on Pat Reed, he's probably one of the most consistent players on LIV Golf. In the completed seasons we've had, he's never finished outside the lock zone. He's had 11 top 10 finishes in all he's played all the events. And he's had 11 top 10 finishes, and he's finally broken through for a win. Going back to what you were saying about this was our Oakmont, there's a stat that backs that up as well from the weekend, that not one single player shot a bogey-free round across the whole 3 days.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, right.
There you go.
Yeah, Pat Reed was definitely the best player that hadn't won a LIV event yet.
Yeah, for sure.
And now,
So that was one thing I was going to bring up, and they actually did discuss that. Well, actually, no, they didn't discuss it. They brought it up, but they hadn't discussed it yet on the LIV broadcast. The LIV broadcast team brought it up. Who now is the best player on LIV yet to win a LIV event?
It doesn't stick out because there's you think, like Dean Burmester, wait, he's won one. Like there's all these players. There's so many players that have won an event.
So I was going to say, has Phil won an event?
No.
So is he then just purely by how decorated his trophy cabinet is and his resume is? Like, do you think that's? I reckon it isn't, or do you not think of Phil purely because of age? Is that an unfair thing to?
I would say it would be the person that has done the best in LIV events that hasn't won. So that's why Pat Reed was a good one because he was always finishing in the top 10, very consistent, a couple of second places. I don't know.
Who springs to mind for you then? Is it too early to say?
Well, every person I think of, I'm like, oh no, they've won.
I would say Herbert.
I was going to say, is it too early to say someone like Lucas Herbert?
I think
Possibly.
it's Herbert. Even a David Pooge.
Some of the young guys.
If you look at where they're sitting on the standings, I mean they're right up there.
Ortiz has won. My bad.
Ortiz, yeah.
Has Munoz won an event?
No.
Because that's another one. These are all guys that are inside the top 10.
Answers one. I was going to say Lahiri.
Yeah.
Like, the reason I say Lahiri is for that reason. If you're going to look at it, like I would say Phil, because I think everyone wants Phil to win, and because of how decorated his resume is, you go, all right. And obviously him being, really the main LIV character, really. Then you'd go
Captain LIV.
You want. Like, we need Phil to win.
Yeah.
Like, we need for him to be up there.
Yeah.
And he has had some good finishes too.
Yeah. His best finish was this year, I think.
He's been a lot better this season than he has been last season.
Definitely.
But he was carrying a bit of an injury last year, and then he had that early injury this year, didn't he?
Yes, he missed Riyadh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, I would say, Phil. But then Lahiri, like how many second place finishes has Lahiri had?
Well, a playoff loss as well.
I feel like you said, Munoz, he's been close a lot of times. Yeah, a couple of the younger guys.
So
I think Herbie, because we've been saying for so long it's only a matter of time before Herbie gets it done.
Yeah.
I think that's the one that springs to mind for me.
He's in a bit of bad form at the moment, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah. See, another one to me, it might be a bit of a weird one, but Stenson. Like, Stenson's always probably been one of the better performing Majestics.
Yeah.
So
he's probably fallen off a little bit recently as well, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, but like in terms of, again, like someone who quite easily could be, like, who we've seen being like top 5.
Yeah.
You know, for most of the weekend, might fall away at some point, but he's sort of like around the mark. Like he would be another one, again, depending on how you're looking at it. But Pat Reed was kind of the one, wasn't he? Because he had the resume, like obviously he was a major winner, and then he just he was probably still young enough but old enough, you know, that kind of middle kind of character where it was like, well, we expect him to win, and he hadn't yet. So it's good for him to not only get the the monkey off the back and to get the win, but to get it in Texas would be awesome for him, and to get it in the States on home soil. So
I'm actually doing my piece this week for the Raw is about Pat Reed. So
oh nice,
Preed.
All about that Preed. Now, a couple of on the first day blow up. Brooks Koepka. What happened?
Now, I've got a couple of free ways we can go down after this with this topic. Let's talk about Brooksy.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually missed majority of the first day.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. And I woke up to seeing him, I think it was 10 over.
10 over. And then...
10 or 9?
I think at the stage it was 10. Because I think he ended 9 over, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he looked... When I was watching the replay, he was
all over the place.
2 under early on.
Was he?
He was at the top of the pile.
Yeah, right.
So I think he looked on. I think. And then, obviously...
Something happened.
Went to shit. Now, this is... I was talking about the blood pressure earlier on before. That's kind of where I want to go with it, right? Obviously, Brady. Chucking the dummy spit.
Yeah.
We all got kids. They're going to spit the dummy.
Yeah.
It started, obviously, at Oakmont. And we're going to say, Wyndham Clark smashing up the lockers. Well, McIlroy with his tee marker.
Yep.
And now we got Brooks Koepka, who's smashed the living shit out of those awesome-looking tee markers, by the way. Those little cowboy hats in Dallas. But hitting it towards the fan.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
What do you... Let's talk about that first. That act. What do you think should happen with those players? Because it's not a good look.
No.
And for Wyndham Clark, he should have to pay a fine for what he did to those lockers. He should probably be banned.
I think he's banned. He's banned
from Oakmont.
Yeah.
So he should be.
Yeah.
And you'd probably have to pay some sort of hefty fine, wouldn't you? And then surely they'd have. I mean, that's just not on. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
The Rory one, again, it's their property, right? And I've heard this on a number of podcasts talking about this. And it's like, for me, it's you're in the public eye. Kids idolise Rory. They watch his swing and go, that's a golf swing. That's what you need to model yourself after. They see that and they think that's acceptable. Now, with Brooks, it's the same thing. He's that kind of character where kids look up to him because he's a,
cool,
5-time major winner.
Cool, calm, collected, usually.
It's a bit... I mean, we've heard him swear and go off and all that sort of stuff and maybe, slam a club or get angry or whatever. But, that was very full-on for Brooks, I feel, anyway. I mean, what do you guys think should happen? Let's talk about... I mean, Rory and Wyndham Clark, whatever. Let's talk about Brooks. What do you think? Do you reckon there should be any sort of repercussion for that?
I don't know. It's not a good look, and I mean, it's just a tee marker, but to your point, it's still not his property. So I think a player should be able to destroy anything they own.
Yeah.
destroy clubs, do whatever, go crazy, but just and also hitting the tee marker that might go hit someone watching. But I'm also, it's a human reaction to doing something bad.
Do you think, because of the way that LIV's structured with the points, do you think that something like
docking points?
Docking points?
No.
Yeah. I don't think for that. I think that's a bit harsh, but the McIlroy one, you can defend that. He threw his own club. It's not going to hurt anyone. It's a shit look, but who cares? But I think if you're damaging property or you're potentially injuring someone, I think a fine. Yeah.
Well, Rory smashed the tee marker as well.
Well, yeah, true. So for that one, he's got to go.
So, yeah, I think I don't know. For me, it like I said, it's just not a good look. And it's something that obviously in the last couple of weeks has been
a lot of it
sneaking more, into golf. I mean, we've seen some almighty blow-ups from people and everything. And I was going to say, I've had my own, Chris, you have too. You've got a broken wedge. I've got a jailbird putter that copped it after about 2 weeks of owning it. And that broke from an outburst on the course. And it's one of those games that does get the better of you.
Yeah.
But in this, like being a professional setting, surely there's going to be some sort of repercussion for that.
Do you think that these guys, when they do it, because I know, like we've told the sand wedge story a million times. From my own personal experience, after doing it, you feel like a dick.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
To be honest, actually, I think that breaking. So the putter story was, I had the putter in the bag, and it was in the outside. I had like a cart bag, and it was in the putter.
The putter well.
And got super pissed off with a wedge, smashed the shit out of my bag, and heard a massive pop sound. It was so loud. And then it wasn't until I was on the green of the next hole, because I picked up on the second hole.
Yeah.
I went to putt on the third hole because it was a Stableford round.
Did you keep using that putter for the rest of the day?
Yeah, actually didn't feel too bad because it was...
It straightened me out a bit.
I hit the bag so hard that basically I bent the shaft
that's right.
underneath the grip, and it was sort of bent at a 45-degree angle that it was kind of... It actually felt kind of nice to hold, but that putter was only 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
And it made me feel like the biggest dickhead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then so from there, I got to admit my I mean, you could probably every now and again you get angry. But my overall attitude has been so much better since that moment, because I think about it and I go, that was A, costly.
Yeah.
And B, you feel like an idiot because you spend all this money on something and then you've damaged it, and you just like you're the one that's responsible for it. Like there's no one else to blame except yourself. So that's what I mean. Is there something that like they need a repercussion or like a hefty fine or something that's going to hurt, so then you're not doing that? Because it's not a good look for golf. Like it's not a good look. And to be honest, if we're being serious, that could have been really dangerous, like the one with Brooks.
Oh yeah.
Because that, from another angle that I saw, because the angle that everyone saw was from behind, like from behind when you've seen their drive take off, right behind them. And he hits it to his left. He turns around, hits the marker to his left.
Yeah.
But the other angle that I saw, it looks like it goes towards a couple of people.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
And like that's terrible. That's real bad. That could be seriously dangerous. So
I wouldn't mind like saying there's a 2-stroke penalty or something for that hole when you have an outburst like that. Like that's a possibility. Or if you hit a tee marker with your driver, then the driver's out of your bag for the rest of the tournament.
Something, yeah. The flow on from that I was going to talk about then as well is that he withdrew, I believe, due to illness. What was said.
Do we know anything more about
it was? I haven't heard anything. I've just heard illness.
Heard illness. However, they did say on the broadcast that he could, because he withdrew, he could continue the next 2 days. But it wouldn't count to his personal score, but it would help the team. Now, let's say if it wasn't illness, because the reason I'm bringing all this stuff up again is we've got this big cloud, this dark, gloomy cloud over Brooks Koepka, right?
I thought this was where you were going.
The Fred Couples stuff that came out, like those rumours, and and all this sort of stuff. So it's all around Brooks. That's why I'm bringing it up, right? So if it was illness, and I'm putting the bunny ears next to it, then obviously he's not going to play. Right? You'd have someone come in or whatnot. But if it wasn't, and it was that he cracked the shits because he was having a bad round or whatever's going on, and obviously like anyone, even like with Rory and that, if someone's going through it personally, you wish them nothing but the best and hope that they're all good.
Yeah.
But if they're not right and he's pulled out and because he's pissed off, he's had a bad round or whatever, from your captain, and we've already had people say that he doesn't care about the team side of things, he doesn't wear the gear and all that sort of stuff. It's a pretty bad look if you don't come in and support your team for the next 2 days to give them the opportunity to win some more cash, right? Like it's. Do you think there's more to this, or do you think it's just?
I don't know.
Do you think it's just a
It could. The thing is, it could be a case of he was sick, there was an injury, something like that, and he wanted to play, and he was playing terribly, and that's where the frustration came out that he had to pull out.
Yeah.
Or the other side of that is, he was having a shit round, and he, left.
Which, hey, well, we all get as well on a personal level. Like when you're having a bad round, sometimes it is like, it's
but
not
if you've
enjoyable.
got a team. If you've got a team.
So that's what I mean. What do you guys think? What are your personal opinion? Like, do you think that there's more to this? Like, is there more to this with the whole Brooks story, or do you think this is just a bad weekend for him?
I think this is a bad weekend for him, and I think he's checked out of LIV. That's what I think.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that. I think like we're starting to see a few bad weekends, and like, why did no one come in to replace him?
Again, I don't know. I just don't know enough about it.
That's happened a lot in LIV. Someone's pulled out due to injury on the first day, and a replacement comes in. So it was a bit weird that no one came in. But I don't know. I'm starting to worry that he has kind of checked out a little bit.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but
yeah.
I kind of think there's more to all of this.
Something's happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Look at DJ for example. I mean, we don't know what the illness was, so we can't. It's hard to comment. But look at DJ. Was it Hong Kong or Singapore when he probably shouldn't have played the final day because his shoulder was that screwed?
Yeah,
and he just he played on, like probably knowing that his individual score wasn't going to be the greatest, but he'll still do something for the team. I don't know, like that shows a captain that really cares about their squad, I guess.
So yeah, that's.
It's a weird one.
My thoughts on that, and obviously I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to turn into something more or not with Brooks. It just kind of has that kind of feel to it. But yeah,
have we really even heard from Brooks? Brooks did the press conference in Adelaide. Have we really even heard from him much? I mean, he responded to the Freddie Couples thing.
Yeah.
After that, but he hasn't really been front and center, has he? Like we'll talk about the Jules. He doesn't seem to be involved in any of that sort of stuff either.
But he's never been like a big social media kind of guy anyway.
Yeah, I think that's why it was such a surprise when he did the video early on with Rick.
Yeah,
but it was such a good video.
Yeah, you saw
and he got such good, positive feedback.
Yeah,
there was positive feedback around that video because it was a side that people didn't see.
Yeah, it took him a hole or two to warm up, but once he was warm, he was just chatting away.
It was awesome.
It was good.
But yeah, I think that's the thing. He hasn't really, even though I've got a bit to talk about with Bryson in a minute as well, but at least with Bryson, he sort of came out and addressed the comments and really to the best that he can, kind of at least just shut it down, where Brooks just left the door wide open.
Yeah, but I like Bryson's approach to that sort of stuff. He really attacks stuff head on. Just addresses the elephant in the room.
And it's a tricky one too, like, because you don't want to, like, they're negotiating. You don't want to put yourself in a position of weakness when you're negotiating a new contract either. Like, if you come out like completely desperate to stay, so I get it from that point of view, but I think Brooks hasn't done enough to squash any rumours.
Yeah, I feel like Brooks doesn't truly love where Liv is and can't see the vision. That's
Yes.
what I truly believe. Whereas I think Bryson does love Liv, and he loves the concept and can see the vision of where
He's
it's going.
100% in, yeah.
But like anyone, I think, like any new startup, you're cautious, but I think he can see the overall thing. We'll go into it now, then I guess. So the Liv Jules is happening in Dallas as well. So they would have filmed in
So
Dallas.
that will come out in a couple of weeks, I'd assume.
And this was going to be on Bryson's channel. Now, I say was going to be because there's theories that they had a press conference with Phil and Grant and Fat Perez.
Yeah.
And Bryson was supposed to be there. Wasn't there. Didn't turn up for the whole press conference. Then turned up to his own individual press conference about it, was asked questions about Liv Jules.
Yeah.
Didn't answer many questions, if at all, which kind of shut it down. But was talking a lot about his own individual, about the Crushers being dominant and, being, basically as good as they have been, and talking about the team's success.
Interesting.
My thing with it, again, this goes back to it, because when all these rumours came out, he put it to bed and he said, I love Liv. And he said it multiple times. He said over the weekend in Dallas, he said, this is what Liv's all about. I love the support. The people come out. This is awesome. And he, again, kind of cemented that part of it. Mm-hmm. Interesting, though, that he wasn't, well, again, I don't know the reason why he wasn't at the press conference about the Jules. But there is this... I guess this, that Liv have ownership over his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I think that might be one of the points of tension in the negotiation. So I don't know if that was kind of like him saying, this is what I like about Bryson. At least he's come out and said that what he likes about Liv.
Yeah.
And if he is trying to negotiate, well, he's going about it a little differently, because he's just pointing out maybe the areas that he isn't happy with. Because I would imagine he's probably not so stoked on them having most, if not all. I don't know this definitively, but this is all purely from what I've heard.
Yeah.
That Liv have most, if not all,
ownership of his YouTube channel. Yeah.
So, again, I don't know if there's much to read into it with that. But it is interesting if he didn't go, if it's the first Jules on his channel and he's been so heavily involved in YouTube, to then not turn up to the press conference.
Yeah.
It's a bit bizarre.
That might be a case of, okay, if you guys own my channel and this and that, what am I truly obligated to do? I'm not obligated to do the press conference. Okay, I won't fucking do it.
Yeah. So it's a bit it's a bit weird at the moment. I don't know. It's funny. And obviously the more... This is going to just be the thing with Liv. I think just still trying to get it. It is still trying to get off the ground, and I think we have to address that. The elephant in the room, really. That in the States they don't get the biggest crowds. Around the world, they're not getting the biggest crowds. Adelaide is probably the exception. We're hoping that events like JCB and Hong Kong and all these ones that they start getting more and more, but. Adelaide really is the blueprint, as we've said before. But they need to obviously start getting more and more. Now he's going to build, but I guess that would be the point that's uneasy for the players and for Liv, because it's like, well, you need these guys to draw the crowds. But if you're not seeing the crowds, the guys are going to start going, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Do you think they mind the players mind so much about crowds?
Well, I think
so.
I think first and foremost they want to play. They want. I mean, it's money, right? It's their job. Like, money's going to be probably the main decider. Yeah. But then I guess for certain guys, it's going to be. I mean, really, guys like Phil and DJ and stuff like that. They're going to get their money, and they're going to. They're going to try and start something new. They've kind of done what they needed to do on the other side of things. Whereas I feel like Brooks is kind of always just going to be someone that cares about majors.
Yeah.
So I think he's more concerned about his legacy. And then guys like Bryson, I think he wants he wants it all.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel,
and he's more progressive. I think he sees the current landscape of golf, especially like content creation and stuff like that. So you see it with his gear. Like he's always looking for the new thing.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a few points from the weekend. And I guess we're just getting to that as we see these contracts start to run out or come up for negotiation.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really telling on Liv's future.
Yeah.
Not like it's going to go anywhere or anything like that, but if you do see some of the big dogs fall away and say, you know what, I'm going back to the PGA Tour, that's going to be not a great look.
That's what I mean. As we're approaching, third, fourth season, fifth season, that kind of stuff, you're going to start seeing these contracts come to an end. And then obviously we're going to see how much they believe in it. I mean, obviously we love the product of what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, but that is also, if we're being realistic, that's because of the players and the personalities that we have. Obviously, I love the product itself, and I think that is the future of golf and what it should be.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that everything has to be like that, but I love what LIV does. I mean, like I said, I love, events in the PGA and that sort of stuff as well, don't get me wrong. But I love this format, and I think it really works. But the players that they have and the characters they have, it works because of them. So
yeah, you need top-notch golf.
Yeah, it is important
well.
that they keep guys like Brooks and Bryson. But I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, I just thought there was more to everything that happened on the weekend.
Yeah.
So going back to Dallas, obviously we saw some pretty average golf, and we saw some good golf as well. But it was a tough course.
Did you see Neiman got a 10 on the first day?
Crazy.
He was 5 over on the first day. The second day, he got a shot of 5 under.
Yeah.
He missed a bounce
came from
back.
nowhere again. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon
as I saw the second day.
He fell away on the last day, but it's like, Neiman, he's never out of it. Never out of it.
As soon as I saw it on the second day, I went, "Oh Jesus Christ! Here we go.
Here he fucking comes.
Here we go." Again. So, obviously, team winners. Crusher's got it done.
Yep.
Easily.
Yeah.
The most winningest team in LIV Golf.
Yeah.
They're having a nice little surge mid-season.
They're just so solid. They're all
no weak links.
Are so solid.
Yeah. They can all bring it.
They're probably like the one team that any of them can win an event.
Yeah.
Week to
has
week.
Paul Casey won an event?
Yes.
Did he?
I don't think he has, but he's got a couple of second places, and Lahiri definitely has. And then obviously Charles Howe.
Lahiri hasn't, has he?
Second, no, he's got some second places. He hasn't. He hasn't won.
Charles Howe's won.
Yeah, Charles Howe and Bryson obviously.
I thought Paul Casey had won an event.
I think he's had a couple of playoffs.
Was Paul Casey in that playoff when he played that shot out of the bunker with Cam Smith?
Answer.
That's what got him into that playoff. That was Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Hong Kong.
Yeah, so the playoff against Answer and Cam Smith.
But yeah, all 4 of them can finish easily in the top 10.
Absolutely. So, Chris, have you got top 10 individually?
I'm just looking back at Paul Casey's standings from last year.
Yeah.
And he had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 10 finishes last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he's been close.
Mm-hmm.
You got top 10 from the weekend just gone in Dallas?
From the weekend just gone.
And then we need teams.
Yes.
Because I want to know what the teams did. I'm pretty sure Ironheads didn't win, so my tip was wrong. So none of us got a tip right.
No, and Torquay was, I think, dead last on the first day, but don't know what the rest of the weekend went.
Pat Reed won, obviously. Kazuma, Oosthuizen, and Casey all tied second. Charles Howe third. Charles Howe the third tied fifth with Tom McKibben, Harold Varner, and Tyrrell Hatton.
Good showing from McKibben.
Yeah, and T9, Tringali, and Bryson DeChambeau.
Tringali, where did he come from?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. A few different names there, not just the usual suspects. So,
and can I also give honourable mention? Just outside the points, Anthony Kim.
Yeah,
right.
Best finish for Anthony Kim, wasn't it?
Finished T25 and shot a 70 on the last day. It was +3, +2, -2. So, yeah.
Not bad. Good
Posi-
score.
Positive signs, Frank.
Yeah.
Positivity.
So, and the teams?
The
So we
teams,
had obviously Crushers.
Crusher's got it done. Obviously, 4 aces finished second. That's probably due to good play from Reed, Varner, and DJ's started well again.
Yep.
Legion 13 in third. Stinger and Fireballs were fifth. Dead last was Smash, but I guess... Oh, hang on. I'm looking at this now, and it looks like someone did come in for Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, I thought they had someone replace him.
Luis Carrera.
There we go.
So there you go.
Don't take anything that you say.
Anything that I said previously about that Brooks Koepka situation, just ignore it.
Yeah, just
okay.
put it in the bin.
So now, overall standings, that Neiman's still obviously number one.
Top
because
dog.
He's had 4 wins.
It's going to get you a lot of points.
This season.
Mm-hmm.
Bryson's still second.
Bryson's still second. John Rahm's third. Pat Reed's up to fourth, and Sergio
Reed.
fifth.
I did notice that Pat Reed to fourth.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Of course, Sergio, as you just mentioned, he gets the spot in the Open.
Yes, he
Yep.
does. Yep.
So Pat Reed does as well, doesn't he? He'll be at the Open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess, but yeah, Serge.
He's fallen away. He started so well at the start of the season.
But this is the thing. Even like, okay, if you look at just those two, because they're the two names that I can think of, and they're right next to each other in the standings. Pat Reed went through a bit of this last year.
Yeah.
Remember, he was finishing like low 30s and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. At the moment, it seems like he's on fire.
Yeah.
Not just because of the win, but like even in the majors and that, like he does well. Like he's striping the ball at the moment, and he's really playing consistent golf. Sergio was doing that, and then he just it's amazing how people just go through that in golf. Like it's just.
But that's the good thing as well. He can 100% and will get it back.
Oh yeah,
It's just a matter of when.
Could be next event, Andalusia.
Who knows?
no, Andalusia. Let's go.
It's a beautiful thing.
Although, if you're judging on his pattern, Neiman will win the next event.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, nice. Let's go, Neiman.
So that's Dallas wrapped up. We do the last bit we'll say, as we said, LIV Jules Dallas. We've got that to look forward to.
Yes. Don't know when that's dropping, though.
But look, from what we can see, looks like maybe 4 teams.
Yeah, I think it was 4 teams. It was the
So Wes and John Rahm,
West
Grant
John
and
Rahm.
Phil,
Yep.
Fat Perez and Bryson,
Fat President Bryson and
George and Burmy.
Dean Burmester.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting team.
that.
Like that.
But I guess we'll see what it's going to be all about. If it's going to be the same sort of thing or a bit different, we don't know.
Dean seems like a good character.
Oh, yeah.
He seems like the man.
All those South African guys are hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, it's that time.
Fantasy.
It's that time.
Hey, Chris, what's your fantasy? Tell me.
Is it to win something?
Well, this might be your week.
Yeah.
Who was your captain for your fantasy team, by the way? For last?
Cam Smith.
We've actually got a bit of there's a bit of controversy.
Is there?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, you're about to find out.
And what, around my team?
You tried to pull the wool over my eyes.
What do you mean?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
You tried to pull the wool over my eyes. You tried to say that Ben Campbell was coming in.
He was my...
He wasn't your emergency. Bubba Watson was your emergency.
No.
Yes, go back and listen to episode 105.
Did you go back and listen to it?
Sure did, big fella.
You didn't trust your word.
It was Bubba, not Ben Campbell. He goes, oh, yeah, because Brooksy withdrew, and Ben Campbell came in.
Are we sure? Are we sure? Are we sure?
Yes, Christopher, go back and listen.
I thought it was Ben Campbell as well.
I thought, come on.
I trust what you're saying, but I thought he said Ben Campbell.
Go back.
Because I remember because I always say BC.
Go back and listen.
Interesting.
It's Bubba.
Okay.
All right.
It's
It is
Bubba.
what it is. It is what it is.
Now,
Okay.
fantasy.
Yeah.
So prior to Dallas, in first place, Green Machine GC. That's my Green Machine GC. Speaking of Green Machine GC,
Yeah.
I was wearing the Green Machine rain jacket out on the course on the weekend, and I sunk a long snake for birdie on 16. It was one of the longest putts you ever see. It was like bloody JJ Spawn with the lab putter.
It was pretty much that.
It was disgustingly
Same stakes.
good. So good.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Green Machine GC fellows were in the lead. 464 points. In second place was the Junkyard Pigs. 463 points.
That's 1 point behind.
1
Chris.
point behind.
That's crazy.
And in last place, winless.
Just say third.
Bounce GC. Chris's Bounce GC.
Winless and without a hope.
263 points. 200 points behind Junkyard Pigs.
There's hope. Don't worry. There's hope.
Now,
There's a pulse. There's a pulse at Bounce GC.
There's no pulse. You're bloody dead.
now, for anyone that watches on YouTube, which is all about 5 year, we have a screen here with a colour around it, and that represents the previous winner. So we've got green for Green Machine. The pigs are pink, or at the moment it's purple. That's about as close as we can get.
That's all right.
And then Bounce GC, we haven't seen the blue.
Oh, here we go.
We haven't seen the blue on the screen.
Are we about to see the blue?
Heartbreak for the rest of the field, because Bounce GC gets their first win this season and they get blue on the screen.
The blue looks nice.
It does.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
a shame that we don't see
Hey,
it more.
you're gonna be
Our
seeing
fans
more
are
of it.
actually in the room. to
Yeah, you
see
can't even enjoy it.
You can't even witness it.
You can't even. It doesn't do it justice over camera.
Nah,
In the room,
I'm
it looks
only going to
fabulous.
see it for. I'm only going to see it for like 5 minutes next week before it gets switched. Oh no! Next week I'll still have it because there's no live event next week.
There you go.
You can enjoy the blue.
The blue for Bounce GC.
It looks beautiful.
Let's. Nice one.
I've been watching too
That's
too
his
many wiggles.
first win for the season for
Yeah.
Bounce GC. Let's just see how it all unfolded.
And it
So-
comes in Texas. Couldn't be better.
With the win, 54 points for Bounce GC.
Huh.
Now, not heaps, but everyone was low.
Yeah, I was
scoring.
going to say, I think everyone was pretty low.
It's all
Low
right.
scoring.
You got-
54 points for Bounce
Yeah,
GC.
you got to grind these results out. I'm a grinder.
You do.
Here's how you got it done.
Yeah.
So Pat
Bet
Reed.
you're on Grinder.
Let me finish. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Pat Reed, 40 points for the win.
Yep. Nice.
Dean Burmester, 2 points. Brooks Koepka, Fat Zero, subbed out. Bubba Watson, who was your emergency,
Oh,
got you
yeah.
0 points.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Ben Campbell would have got you 0 points anyway. Because I think he finished 25th, I think, from memory.
Donuts.
Cam Smith with the multiplier got you 12 points. So that is the 54.
So that was a good move by me.
You got Liv for points, 54. See what I did there?
Yeah.
So you criticised me last week from taking the captaincy from Brooks Koepka to Cam Smith, didn't you? Someone in there did.
Nah.
But your whole team's a mess. I just criticised you.
Hey! I
I
won.
criticise everything you do.
I won.
Yeah, you still, mate, you're
Yeah.
country mile.
Ah,
mate.
look at him. He gets his first win. Now he's fucking thinks
Now
he's
he's-
the big boy, huh?
Now he's chirping.
Look at him.
Look at him over there, the Cheshire Cat.
No,
Right?
congratulations.
Hey! You're only as good as your last result.
Yeah, well, Chris with a bit of confidence
Oh,
is fucking disgusting.
Oh, man.
It's just
I want to flip this table.
Hey,
It makes me so angry.
I'm coming for you.
Chris
Doubt it.
back up from the camera.
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. He's slowly getting more closer. Back up a bit.
In second place for Dallas. Green Machine GC with 27 points.
Oh, that's
Fuck.
pretty.
How many
pretty
points did I
awesome.
get? Like 3?
I'll tell you how to unfold it. So, sorry, there's a bit of a mistake on the admin that I've done here. But Ortiz, 0. Donut King. Thomas Peters, 0.
He had a rough one.
Had I had David Pooj or Abe Answer
Abe.
in there, could have been a little bit better. You left a big one on the bench too. we'll
I
get
know.
to.
I'm aware.
So my only 2-point getters, Bryson DeChambeau with 11 points.
Yeah.
And John Rahm with the multiply got me 16, so that's the 27.
Captain Reliable.
Captain Reliable.
Yeah.
Still no top 10 finish for Rahm this week. Ever. First time.
First time ever.
And in third place, Junkyard Pigs with 21 points.
Oink, oink.
So let's see how that went down. Neiman with the multiplier, 2 points.
Oh, he made it into the points.
He got one. He finished 23rd,
Fuck, it's not bad.
so he got 1 point.
It's not good.
Munoz 3 points. Lucas Herbert, Donut King,
Yeah, he's had a couple of bad
struggling.
points.
and Tyrrell Hatton 16 points. Now
Oh, I was so hoping he was going to win it.
you needed Oosthuizen, man.
I know.
You got another 30 points.
Yeah, well, you know.
If you had Oosty, 30 points.
You still would have lost to
51,
me.
You still would have lost. But you would have been second.
I would have beat Steve, though.
So,
But you wouldn't have won.
the overall standings.
Yeah.
Overall standings. Bounce GC in third place still. He's cracked 300 points. 317 points.
Well done, Chris. Woo!
In second place,
Yeah.
Junkyard Pigs with 484 points.
Fuck yeah.
And in first place still,
Still.
put a little bit of a gap from 1 point to what, 6 points, 7 points. 491 points for Green Machine in first place. So, no claps. Go
Nah, fuck
yourself.
that.
So I'm building a dynasty here.
No, you're not.
So that's fantasy.
Yeah.
That is fantasy. Done and dusted.
It's all happening. How many events do we have left there?
5?
Oh, sweet.
Majority of them, I think, out of that 5, there's only 2 more that are overseas. There's Andalusia and JCB, and then the rest are in the US.
And
It's getting real nasty up in here
yeah.
come the end of the season. Cool.
So
That's fantasy.
That's fantasy.
I'm coming.
Are you?
I'm coming.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath.
Hey, if I was you, I'd maybe look at trading, some picks.
No.
Nah.
It seems desperate and sad. Just stop.
I mean, hey, you two you're battling it out for the win. You've got to make some moves to try and knock the other one off.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We're all good.
I mean-
We're within 7 points of each other. It's going to make it interesting anyway.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
I offered Steven a deal, but he didn't, over the last
I
few
don't think
days.
you guys do deals behind my back.
Answer your phone.
Missed calls from you?
You don't like deals.
Yeah, true. I don't like deals.
Whitey,
Yeah.
I'm going to run this past you and see if you think this is a fair deal.
Go on.
I offered him Koepka and Cam Smith for my first round draft pick and a 6th rounder.
What?
Brooks Koepka and Cam Smith for a first round pick and a 6th round pick.
With those two guys, though, who are you going to replace in your team?
And which picks do you get?
No, you give me the 1st and 6th.
Yeah, so then what picks do I get back?
You get
For my 6th.
you get Koepka and
Yeah,
Smith.
Oof.
So I
Koepka
don't
and
get
Cam.
6 picks. You got to trade a pick for a pick, stupid.
or then you'll just get a last round consolation pick, a 7th rounder.
7th round loan pick.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
this
no,
guy.
he's just-
This GM, man, is...
He's out of control. Not even in the guidelines.
You don't want Koepka and Smith?
No.
Clearly not.
What about Reed?
What about Reid?
I'll take Reid.
Yeah, I'll take Reid off your hands for sure.
First round
try
pick?
and get Whitey with a... Surely you can get Whitey with a trade.
First round pick?
No. No round. No next year picks. None of that shit.
You don't understand.
I do understand. I don't think you understand. You're desperately trying to get your first round pick back.
Show me a little bit of respect. I'm a winner here.
One time.
So on that, actually, just before we do finish up on fantasy, so
Well.
that is now 1 win to Bounce GC and
Yep.
4 wins apiece for Junkyard Pigs and Green Machine. There you go.
Interesting.
Means nothing.
Yeah, but it's something.
Means absolutely nothing.
It means fuck all.
But it means something.
It's something.
All right.
Cool.
So really, that's all I've got for you guys. You got anything you want to throw at me before we
Move on? No.
tuck her into bed? You know.
No.
We've still got...
You're forgetting something huge.
Yeah.
What am I doing? What am I forgetting?
Go, Chris.
There's something that means even more than fantasy.
Yeah.
What am I forgetting here?
The song.
Watering hole.
Holy
song.
shit!
Yeah. Semi-finals. This is to get into the grand final.
Sorry, I've had too many ports here.
Yeah.
I've had too many ports.
We had a couple of ports before we came on
All
on
right.
mic there, Chris.
It's getting spicy.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot about it.
It's got to get spicy.
It's prelim week and I forgot.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
sorry,
only-
guys. I apologize.
After today, there's going to be 2 songs left battling it out for the championship. I can't wait.
All right.
All right. You ready to go?
Yeah, please.
Rock DJ. Let's go.
Okay. Prelim 1 was Ron Chopper versus Hoppo.
What
Careless
are the
Whisper.
songs? Yep.
Careless Whisper versus Rudimental Feel the Love.
Clash of the Titans.
No,
Clash of the Titans.
we called this Hop Nation versus Chop Nation.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. What do you think?
I think Chopper won it. But you got to give respect to Hoppo. He's fought a great fight.
I kind of wish we did the 3 in the grand final.
No, we're not doing that.
No, you got to go head to head.
I don't know. I like the 3. Anyway, yeah.
Because I like the surprise element of the double chance last round.
Yeah,
I almost like thinking they should get a double chance.
DC
into
is
the grand
fun.
final.
Double chance.
I like the 3 because the poll with 3 options it gets
true.
juicy, and it
does.
evens out. Should we just? I mean, wait. We make.
I
the
mean, we can
rules.
make up whatever we want to do. So
We're going with a head-to-head grand final.
let's just put in a song I want to put in. Let's put in Baker Street. Battle it out. Yeah, I think Careless Whisper won that one.
I'll just say Hoppo because I'm going to go the other side of it, but because I'm element of surprise, maybe.
Chopper.
Ron Chopper's through to the grand final
He's taking it all the way.
with Careless Whisper.
With 64% of the vote.
Oh, it's not bad.
Hoppo had a great run.
Hoppo had a great run, and shout out to Hoppo. Since he's been on the podcast, he's been a huge supporter of ours. He's always sharing all of our stuff, and he really got behind this championship as well. So shout out to him, and I loved his song choice as well.
Oh, that's a dream run.
I kind of wished Hoppo Chopper in the grand final. But you're going against Careless Whisper.
Titans in a prelim though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
If
great
you want-
viewing.
But thank you, Chopper. Thank you, Chopper.
Yeah, thank you, Chopper.
Thank you, Hoppo. Choppo. Hoppo. Thank you, Hoppo. That's a dream run.
Yeah.
And that's a good song. So, yeah. But
You're out, and and Ron Chopper with Careless Whisper to the GF, the fucking grand final. Let's go.
final.
I called it from the start. It's going all the fucking way. I knew it.
Oh, here we go.
All right, next one. Clint Newton, Kasabian Fire versus the double chance from last week. Survived on a double chance, Nick Haslam. Fisher, take it off.
This could have gone either way.
I think Nick Haslam's got it, but
I voted for the Fire. I thought that was going to take it out, but it might be take it off.
yeah, I don't. I mean, Quint Newton has messaged you every week.
Yeah,
He's getting around it.
yeah.
Uh,
He loves a bit of trash talk.
He wants
this
it.
week was no different. He said, basically same gist again. He's not happy with the generation of music that we
Yeah,
have.
he's not happy with the other contestants'
And he said,
song choice.
Basically said, for these dickheads to pack it up and pack it. He didn't say that, but
He absolutely didn't say that, but
he said basically, what the fuck is this young generation doing? They got to listen to some real good music,
All right, Chris, give us the result.
with 65% of the vote,
Another close one.
Nick Haslam.
Oh,
Takes it out. Clint is out.
ooh. Thank you, Clint.
Yes.
Newton.
Bit of a Cinderella run from Clint Newton, really.
Yeah.
Hey, those two songs are definitely favourites of mine. They They were good songs. I'm glad they made it as far as they did. Equally good people.
Yep.
So that's a plus. And in a competition where you're not looking at the person,
Yeah.
you're looking at the song choice.
Exactly.
But I think it's a package.
It's a package deal.
It's a package deal. And I think now it comes down to a grand final of really, if you're looking at the package deal, you've got Ron Chopper with Careless Whisper.
Yeah.
And that song just fits him perfectly. And the whole character.
Yeah.
It suits. And then you got Nick Hasler. He's the tournament director. He knows.
And the thing is,
he's a big part of, organising all the events and these guests and, who they have.
Can we build this grand final as the two kings? The king of Australian YouTube golf versus the king of LIV Adelaide.
Sure. We can do what we want.
You can market it however you like.
Yeah. You do you, boo. But, yeah, I feel like it's Careless Whisper. It's just that song that is just so unique, and it's just a knockout. But then against Fisher, which is kind of the anthem of LIV Adelaide. He's played every year. Cam Smith, Australian
Shoeies.
Sun, would always come out to it. Shoeies galore. This is going to be a good fight.
And this is why it was a smart choice from Nick Haslam. Not that he knew that this was going to turn into a competition and that he had designs on winning it, but it's a good choice.
Did you give him any insights?
No, I didn't even know that it was going to happen at that point.
He said, "I'm going to go on the best podcast."
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick one of the best songs for LIV Adelaide
because I think they might.
But they're going to do a bracket style competition, and I'm going to win that signed photo off those guys.
Fucking
in the
cheating.
nude.
Yeah, it's more than a signed photo. Remember, we talked about there's a trophy.
Wow. Okay.
You got to back it up,
and there might be a little bit more.
You got to back it up.
There might
what else they getting?
There might be a little.
Not be a worn pair of underwear.
Yeah.
No, there might be a little something from our good friends at Pirate Life.
Ah, nice little treat.
Do they know that?
Yeah, good point.
Well, we've given these fools too much. We're not giving them any more.
Yeah.
Well, that's one hell of a grand final.
So next week, the champion will be crowned.
And I'd like to think that we could maybe place a call to the winner. Maybe we should place a call to announce it to them live.
That'd be nice.
Oh, you organise everything, Chris.
Yeah. You tell me what to do, and I'll be there.
It's like the hottest 100, isn't it? You call them, and
it
comes down to one. It's very prestigious.
Yeah. Are we going to get another pinata for the event, or maybe some party poppers, some sparklers, something? Let's jazz it up a bit. Maybe a birthday cake.
Birthday cake's nice.
How about some ice cream cake? That'd be nice.
Love ice cream cake.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's settled. So we'll vote on that one.
Yeah.
That's coming out next week. So that's all we have time for. That's it. I'm not forgetting anything else.
No.
I don't think so.
Cool, because I need to wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
So do go watch us on YouTube.
Yes, please.
Share it around.
Share
it with your friends.
For the love of God, please.
Share the podcast around. We need to grow it.
Yeah.
We've got some meetings that we need to go to. It's because we need to get the ball rolling on a few things.
Yep.
So obviously we're going to be doing more with sponsors, etc. We're going to try and do that. But share the podcast around. Obviously we appreciate it if you do, and like it and 5-star review, all that jazz. But yeah, like it and share and subscribe, everything on YouTube. That helps us. Obviously, get down to Big Swing Golf Mile End. Get down to Pirate Life Brewing at Port Adelaide. Am I forgetting anyone else? No, I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
So, on that note, Chris, try and get some sleep. It's weird not having you in the room, so we do want you back.
Yeah, I miss you, Musk.
Next week I'm back.
Next week.
Nice.
That's all we have time for. Keep playing golf, and we'll wait for the next LIV event.
See ya.
Thank you.
See ya.